Okay, so basically, Josh had a couple of his friends staying at a hotel because they were there. They were like here for a weekend or whatever, or like a couple days. And so we're staying at this hotel. It from the outside it doesn't look very nice, but inside it's fine. Like it's just a hotel, you know. And so we're about to walk to the door, or we're about to walk to the hotel room. It's like 12 at night, and we just hear like this barking, like crying from a dog. So we're like, what's going on? So we start moving towards the fence. It's like this big husky, like stuck underneath this brush,
Go
right?
dogs.
Like stuck under like these branches and stuff. When it's like we're like against the fence, like looking at the dog, and the dog's probably like 15 feet away. Probably, yeah, 15. And so we're standing there, right, and we're like, we don't really know what to do. And so me and Josh are gonna go to the front desk and have them call like 911 or something, whatever. So as we're walking to the hotel, we see this dude that's like 3 floors up, big guy wearing a Got Fudge shirt, just a straight pink mohawk, pretty overweight. He's like, "Hey, what's going on with the dog?" We're like, we're just gonna go like get the front desk, have them help out." He was like, "Front desk, what are they gonna do? They're gonna tell you no pets allowed." He was like, "You gotta call 911." All right, so we call 911.
I trust this guy.
So
Yeah.
as we're walking back, we're like looking at the dog and stuff. We're like debating whether we should call 911, and then one of our friends goes, "Hey," and this crackhead lady pops out from like the bushes, and she's like, "Hey, is there a dog in there?" And we're like, "Yeah," and she's like, "I'm gonna get it." So she starts walking through. She starts walking through the brush, like through all the branches and shit, like scraping herself up. Like she's literally walking through, and we can hear her. And she's like, "Oh shit!" And she's like falling over, like dude, just a crack, like one of the most like crackhead people I've ever seen. And so we're like, "What are you gonna do with the dog?" She's like, "I'm gonna keep it." And we're like, all right." So we call 911 because now a bum is trying to take this like nice like big dog, right? And so the 911's they were just being weird about it. Like, "Can you give us more description? Like, where's the dog?" And we're like, "We're at the River Leaf Hotel. Um, it's like stuck underneath all these branches and stuff." And they're they're just like, "Can you be more descriptive? How far away?" And then we're like, "Well, okay." We're like, "Listen, a homeless lady's trying to take this dog. Just come get it. It's stuck underneath these branches." And she's like, they're like, "Okay, is there any way you can put her on speaker?" And so one of my friends gets the phone
Like, no,
from Josh.
she's a crackhead.
Yeah,
With the
yeah. So one of my friends gets the phone, and he's like, "Listen, it's a crackhead. Like she's tweaking out. She's not gonna talk to you guys. She doesn't want to talk to you guys." And then they're like, "Well, can you just try and get her on speaker? Maybe we can hear her." We're like, "Bro, she's like 30 feet away. She's not gonna talk to you guys." And then she's like, "Is that the cops that you guys are talking to?" We're like, "Yeah." She's like, "Oh shit." She starts like panicking, right? Like trying to get this dog out. She's like trying to get the dog out, and the dog's like crying this whole time. And then the dude with the pink mohawk comes down, and he's like, and we get off the phone with 911, and he's like, "All right, I'm gonna try and go get the dog." So he hops over the fence, and you have to like walk across these rocks, and so we have lights shining on the rocks. He just trips and eats it, like eats it, and he like hits his head, and he's like laying there like this, like sprawled out all fours like this, just laying there, and he's like oh, like moaning like oh, and like I didn't see it, but they're like trying to hold back their laugh, and then they're like, "Are you good, bro? You good?" He's like, "Yeah." He takes like 3 more steps. He just hops back over the fence. He's like, "I can't do it. I can't do it." We're like, "All right, man." The lady gets the dog out of the branches and stuff. Gets the dog out. The dog just starts sprinting, and so I like follow the dog along the fence, not sprinting with it, but I just walk along, and I see it's like
yeah, I was like picture of you sprinting with the dog.
Yeah, no. So we're walking, and the dog is just like hiding underneath like this tree. And so the crackhead lady's like, "Is that the dog over there?" She's like, "Come here, Bubba, come here." And I'm just like, "Oh hell." So then the dog's just chilling there. She comes up, and the dog just starts sprinting again, right? Like towards like there's like this baseball field right next to it. It's a weird setup. It's a very weird scenery, but she starts running towards the baseball field, and then it like goes towards the street. And so the lady's like, "Where'd the dog go? Where'd the dog go?" And she goes out to the baseball field, And then we're like, he went over there. And she just starts sprinting, like taking off, like she's running like this, arms pounding, bro. And so then she runs away from us, right? She's like, thank you. She's like running away. And then we're walking back to our room. And as we're walking back to our room, we hear her talking. We're like, who's she's talking to? It's another bum on a bike, and he just has a big ass propane tank on his back.
This dog is dinner.
So he's just carrying around this propane tank, and then one of my friends is like, "Hey, what the fuck are you doing with the propane tank?" And it's like, dude, it's like, why are you messing with homeless people like that? Like, that's just already messed up. And then he looks at us, and he just stares at us like this, just staring at us, just not even like, doesn't even respond, just keeps staring at us. And then she's like talking to the guy, and then she just starts. We're like, hey, the dog went that way, like yelling at her, like low-key, like messing with her. We're like, the dog went that way. She's like, okay, and she just started sprinting again. Dude, it was ridiculous. Like, it was one of the weirdest experiences. Yeah, it was one of the weirdest things that's ever happened to me.
Okay.